Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. We're back again for another episode of the Daily Crypto News, which is always myself, vibing. Got my brother with me, Mr. Scott Tripp, aka the Crypto Beast, one of the admins over here at BigONE, as well as Asia Blockcast. And my brother, he also does marketing at BigONE as well as Asia Blockcast. And as always, we like to kind of keep come to you guys, give you a little bit of the top trending news topics in the crypto world, and kind of like just have a little debate about them and see what we feel about them, and kind of like bring them to your light. But before we kind of jump into the news today, I'll let Scott jump in, kind of give you guys a hello, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, everyone. As he said, part of BigONE, part of Asia blockchain community. So happy to be here and happy to do the news again today.
Oh, yeah. As you guys know, it's been a lot of mixed emotions on the market, kind of like some up and down feels. People was like been a little bit bearish over like about a week or two ago. And then now, like, it's been a little bit of green candles. Everybody's kind of like seeing the light. Everybody's pumping up for Christmas. Everybody's hype again. It's always a good vibe or a good time in crypto to see all the mixed emotions, right? And it kind of plays into the psychological aspect of trading, right? Like where you have the traders versus the holders versus the like the retail buyers versus the institutional buyers. So it's been a lot of like good news as we've been reporting over the last week. A lot of like bullish news, in my opinion, even though the market didn't reflect it. It's starting to see like the market starting to kind of pan out with like some of the news that we've been reporting over the last week. So without further ado, we'll jump right into the news. My first article is actually going to be coming over from Cointelegraph, one of my good sources. I love reporting some of the news from over there. But the headline reads, Terra hits record 20 billion TVL, surpassing Binance Smart Chain. So Terra becomes the second largest DeFi in terms of total value locked on the Ethereum or EVM, or the Ethereum blockchain. So they pass Binance Smart Chain, and we've been talking about Terra a little bit, and Luna's been running. It's been one of those things that's kind of like, even when the market's been kind of like a little bit low, Luna's been pushing up and kept pushing up a lot of upward momentum on their charts, and it's been showing over the last couple of weeks. And basically what they're going to be doing, they're going to actually offer a governance token. The execution of governance poll 8 to upgrade the BLuna contracts will occur December 22nd, roughly so that was yesterday that they roughly, they executed an upgrade of their kind of like a V2, I guess you would say, but they're having a wrap token. It's called BLuna, and it's going to be available on the Cosmos SDK and the Tetherment consensus. So big news for Luna. I know a lot of people have been thinking like Luna might be at the top, but it's one of those coins that just recently hit price discovery. Until it makes its own new floor, there's no telling where it's going to go. So super good news for Luna.
Yeah, and it's amazing watching where they're going. I'm super impressed with it. I've seen it from the beginning. It's kind of one of those tokens I regret not getting into early, but that's okay. Sometimes your mind is in other places doing other things. So
as we like to say, if you miss one bus, the next one's coming in 15 minutes. Don't worry.
Exactly.
You can always trade inside.
And then I'm just going to read this article real quickly. Credit unions are reportedly looking for regulatory approval to hold crypto assets. And from what I understand, they're looking to use third-party sources, which the government has basically okayed for them. The guidance gives credit unions assurance to form partnerships, clarifying what many thought had been possible under existing rules. A larger aim for credit unions is to provide crypto services directly to their members in the same way banks are able to do so for their customers, said Noggle. In July 2020, the Office of Comptroller of the Currency, as the regulators for bank, gave them the approval to offer custody services for cryptocurrencies, which is amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
In some ways, it makes me think, though, too, like they hold custody of it. So if the treasury goes crappy, the banks still own the cryptocurrency.
So in a sense, it's kind of like traditional banking, right? Where like you go out and get a loan, somebody approves you for a loan and kind of puts the money out there. And if anything goes sideways, one party is either directly affected or not, right? So it almost like the banks are kind of sort of like either trying to use digital asset to back money, or peg their money to some form of cryptocurrency, whether it be Bitcoin, whether it be Ethereum, or whatever the asset in that the bank is backed in. But I think they're trying to basically take tokens or traditional cryptocurrency now and use it as an asset that's backed by loans. When people come in to get loans, if they traditionally want to get money, Scott, to get a house, and that's the way they like it, it's cool, but they use it tied or pegged to a cryptocurrency. And that's what credit unions are about, right? Like, and that's what they do. They try right now. They back their money by real estate. Like real estate is one of the biggest markets in the world. So to see if they're getting involved with this, I think that they might try to infiltrate the digital real estate, because they like to back things by real estate. So I'd be on the lookout for NFTs. That's a super good article, and I can see like the way everything could push those banks to kind of use some form of asset to back up funds in the future, especially digital currency.
And
all right, so for my second article, we're going to jump over to Cointelegraph again. The headline reads, Argo blockchain amongst most traded stocks by Fidelity customers. Shares of the mining firm beat out BP and Loyal Banks, or Loyal Banking Group, to become one of the stocks most actively traded amongst the Fidelity customers in 2021. So this article is coming from the UK. And like Argo's become one of the most, I guess between the UK and US, it's been one of the most largest things that hit NASDAQ or the stock exchange. Like where before, like you're seeing when XRP first kind of hit NASDAQ, it went up from like, $1 to like $3. And now you're starting to see this movement from Algo starting to get this high in the volume and push. So this is what this article is talking about, and it's basically saying it's mostly done by Fidelity. And Fidelity, if you guys don't know, is one of the banking companies here. So it means that the banks are starting to trade this, and that's where that high volume is coming from. So it's super. Like I said, it's more good news. Like I know the charts haven't been reflecting in a while, but it's super bullish news out there to see some of these institutions getting involved.
yeah, definitely. Here's another example of an institution. I haven't told you about this article, but PwC Hong Kong purchases land plot in the Sandbox. The specific plot of land and asset price are unknown at this time, though PwC Hong Kong has divulged early intentions to enter the space. PwC Hong Kong, an international subsidiary of the global PricewaterhouseCoopers organization, announced Thursday its emergence to the metaverse space with the acquisition of land in the popular world, the Sandbox. Though the cost of the land asset was undisclosed, it was noted that PwC Hong Kong intends to construct a Web3 advisory hub to facilitate a new generation of professional services, including accounting and taxation, which is cool. So can you go into the Sandbox and get your accounting and your taxes done while you're in there? Is that what they're kind of hinting at? I think so.
So PwC is like one of those companies that's international. I'm pretty sure you guys have PwC there. We have a lot of PwCs here in the metropolitan region. They're all over in multiple countries, and it's a big corporation. So to hear them talk about this is super big. And can you go in there and get that information? And I think with PwC, I seen this article early, and I was just like, man, this is just super good news. Like you're starting to see more bigger and bigger players get involved into the cryptocurrency, and to see them pick up land in the Sandbox. You're gonna have like this almost like this. We're talking about DAOs and governance token Scots. It's almost gonna be like your centralized. It's gonna be like maybe the Republican, and the decentralized is going to be like your Democrat, right? Like where you have people who's pro Web3, and you have like the Jack Dorsey, who's like almost like, I don't know if you've been paying attention, he's almost kind of like anti Web3.
Yeah. Well, and he even basically said in this, like Jack Dorsey expressed similar concerns about the power of venture capital firms in preventing Web3 developers from achieving their decentralized vision. So he's saying them buying a piece of land in Sandbox is going to affect it being an open. It's not, man. It's not. If they own 50 pieces of land, then yes, it might become an issue. But is Sandbox going to allow them to own 50 pieces of land as well, or would they allow it? I think there'd be something that would kick into place that they'd be like, let's get this guy or get rid of him, right? Like just
But
sell it.
what if they did it with a group of people or a group of bots that only own a certain small percentage, and then collectively they own over 51% to overvote the DAO?
Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. And that's the
So
thing. They got to be aware of bots and different things when it comes to these things so they know what they're getting involved in. It's just like in Discord. Like we run a Discord channel, and it's kind of funny. People tried to add people in during the contest, and in the end, it failed because some of these people added bots, and the actual software recognizes that the people that they added are bots. So
I
it
think
won't allow them.
I think that if they came up, they came out with some kind of captcha or like some kind of, anti-robot system that actually rewarded you for completing the captcha, even if it was only a reflection type of token or something that was a small reward. I think with you validating something like that, it'll almost be like a ENS in a sense, or like a kilt protocol when it comes to, like Polkadot. I think if BSC came out with something like that, it'd be super cool. Even if it was mini rewards for some of these, it would protect a lot more people, right? Like,
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you 100%. Like there needs to be some kind of form of protection. If you're going to be a part of the Web3, you need that. Like there's no, your wallet might be your protection too. And then like your identity is tied to your wallet.
Yeah. It not only to your wallet, Scott, it's going to be pretty much tied to your identity as a whole, right? So it's almost like imagine a credit check on the spot. I'm not sure if you guys have credit system in Canada. Yeah. So like, like it's almost like a credit system that kind of tells you what's going on with a person before you actually confrontate with this person on a business level. And I think outside of that, when it implodes a little bit more, you'll be able to actually, we talked about this earlier, where you'll be able to actually see what's going on with a person before you interact with them, almost in an augmented reality sense. Or if they were like having a negative mood, it would kind of warn you of that when they like come across your path, almost like a growling dog, right? Like in respect. But yeah, I think that's going to be super cool. I think as we go forward, we're going to see a lot more, but definitely going to keep it out for stuff like that. To jump into my next article, we're going to jump over to the Bitcoiners. They're actually talking about a project that I talked about a lot. So it's kind of like exciting news for me. Vulcan forged a new blockchain to turn carbon neutral by planting trees on 70,000 acres. So the NFT platform Vulcan Forge has announced that the Elysium blockchain, also known as the blockchain of the Metaverses, will become the world's first carbon neutral blockchain in collaboration with the Chorus, a Netherlands-based decentralized carbon credit exchange. So looks like they're gonna kind of implement some mint technology that's a little bit different and use like I guess the trees that they're like people mint now, they kind of go to waste, and they're gonna kind of like push like forward with what they're doing and using this tokenized system on their blockchain to kind of push forward on like some rainforest type deals where they're saving a lot of trees and save like these problems for carbon emission that we've been used to in the past. So it's definitely good news. I love what Vulcan Forge do. They're super in their metaverse. They have like it's a really good virtual reality when you go in there and the super like the all the details are immaculate. Like it's super smooth. It feels like you're there in a real sense. But I love what they're doing, and I hear this news where they're giving back and providing resources for rainforests to keep building.
That's important. That's hugely important. Like we got to get back to some of these other countries that we've been taking from for so long when it comes to like logging and different things like that. So it's nice to see blockchain taking the step before everybody else it does, just like Ocean Protocol, same thing, right?
Yeah, and they're, like the funny thing about this guy is when you say Ocean Protocol, they're all in the same hunch, right? They all build on the same blockchain and the same TVL. And even right now, Vulcan Forge is scheduled to have over 100,000 users on their gaming blockchain by the end of the year. And they work with EWT as well as Ocean, and it's kind of like a little ecosystem in the gaming ecosystem. And it's super cool to see how these projects are starting to work together to build higher standards on gaming protocols as well as the metaverses.
Yeah, I think that's really awesome. And then my next article is crypto exchanges to toss up a Hail Mary at Super Bowl 2022. Crypto.com and FTX scored ad spaces for their brands at the biggest sports event of next year, the Super Bowl. Crypto exchange platform Crypto.com and FTX will run advertising commercials during Super Bowl. It says LV1, which would be probably on February 13th. Both exchanges have been working tirelessly to establish their brand and penetrate the United States market. Super Bowl advertisements are known to be very cool, going above $5 million for 30 seconds. Some sponsors are even willing to pay up to a record high of $6.5 million for the same airtime. Recently, Crypto.com also announced a partnership with Angel City Football Club, which you talked about, a soccer team that's expected to play in 2022. Aside from this, the exchange's efforts include securing naming rights for the Staples Center in Los Angeles. The exchange purchased naming rights for $700 million over 20 years with the Staples Centers, which will be named Crypto.com Arena this December. In the official announcement, crypto co-founder and CEO Chris Marsalek said that the company is using its platform in new and creative ways so that cryptocurrency can power the future of world-class sports, entertainment, and technology. So, and they're really using that to do NFTs and stuff. Like the 76ers have NFTs on crypto.com, and they tied experiences into the NFTs and stuff. And there's like a bunch of different projects that are definitely tied into crypto.com. So it's great seeing them go after these spaces. And I guarantee whatever the commercial they come up with, it's catchy and it's going to get people's attention. I know they will shoot for that for sure.
Yeah, two things that's funny, right? Like, so this weekend is Christmas here in the States. Number one, today is the last home game for the Lakers that they will actually not be called Crypto.com Arena. After tonight, the next home game, they'll be called Crypto.com Arena. Going forward, you're talking about the Super Bowl. Well, this weekend, there's a lot of Christmas games, right? It's been said that Crypto.com has partnerships for commercials this weekend at some of the biggest sports games, NFL as well as the NBA. So it seems like their marketing plunge has been like a big push right here in the last part of the fourth quarter. They've already been able to offer, one of the in my opinion, simplest platforms for exchanging your crypto or being able to spend your crypto via a debit card, as you call it. And they also offer some unique credit platforms as well. So I think this is like super bullish news for crypto.com. I love what they're doing in the space right now. Being able to take over that Lakers arena that has this legendary 20-year tie to it being called Staples Arena. So maybe for the next 20 years, what would we be calling it? Crypto.com Arena. So I think that's super advanced, I don't know, man, it's super bullish news to me. And that's what I keep telling you, Scott, like, no matter how the market's performing, I feel like the news that we've been putting out there kind of lets people know, like, there's a lot of partnerships happening. There's a lot of camaraderie going down together. No matter how the charts reflect, people are using this as opportunity, or businesses or groups are using this as opportunity to kind of swoop up the bottom and build on top of these platforms. So it's definitely cool when you think about it in the overall terms of everything. But without further ado, we'll jump over to the last part of our segment. We're going to jump over to the total market cap, go over to trading view, see what's going on the total market cap, and also kind of weigh out what's going on with the Bitcoin dominance as well as the Ethereum dominance. Right now, we're looking at a market cap at 2.4 trillion. This is actually really nice. This is a point, maybe a 0.8, 0.9 up from yesterday when we was at 2.25 trillion. And the Bitcoin dominance, Scott, right now is at 40.5. The Ethereum dominance has actually, it's at 20.89. So good to see like Ethereum kind of balancing out in that support area we've been talking about. Bitcoin's still kind of low in that 40% area, almost at the exact 40% area. This one we'll be talking about altcoins could surge. The market has been pushing up kind of gradually. I'd probably, kind of be cognizant of a little pullback with all the pumps that's been happening in the last day or two. But anyways, like make sure you guys tune in every day, kind of check in what we're talking about, get some of the daily news. We'll always run through the charts, kind of tell you what we feel what's going on in the market. And as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Happy holidays to you and your family. And before we get out of here, I'll let Scott say his further ado.
Yeah, for sure. Happy holidays. Enjoy the markets right now, whether green, have fun, enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's what this time is about, I think. So
we'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, peace.
Peace. See you guys later. Have a great day.